Welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of how to make kimchi using these beautiful Sarah Kirsten fermentation jars. So it's been 20 days, which is about 5 weeks since I started the kimchi, when I packed it with Napa cabbage and gochugaru and everything fresh from the farmer's market. If you saw my part 1, if you haven't, go ahead and please watch the part 1 to see how I make it. But it's been 5 weeks and I'm ready to open these jars up and see how my water kimchi turned out. Now, over the course of these 5 weeks, I had to constantly check the water seal to make sure that it was refilled, or it was always sealed 3/4 of the way with water. So every day I would check, because sometimes it would go down and evaporate, and you never want to leave it without a water seal, which would mean oxygen would enter in the fermentation jars, which is what we don't want to happen, because that's how mold can occur. So the last time I did it yesterday, this big jar got really low, and I hope it didn't stay low for too long. So I immediately used some spring water and filled it back up to 3/4 of the way of the water seal. So we're going to be opening this up. I'm so excited. And over these course of 5 weeks, it would bubble up. And I was always like, what is that? What is that noise? So here we go. All right. So there's no mold. No mold has entered. Let's see if I can, instead of holding it up, I'm going to move the camera. Actually, let's open both up. Ooh, oh yeah. So we have small jar and big jar, no mold. That is a great sign. Now I'm going to give it a little taste, see how it turned out. Get a nice tang from it. Oh, that's really good. Yum. I can see how much the cabbage is broken down. I used purple and green Napa cabbage, and I put some garlic scapes. It definitely lost the green, turned into an olive green color. Let's taste the big jar here. This one, I think I put a lot more ginger in there because I got a quick hit of ginger and not as much tang. What I'm actually going to do, it's really close to the rim, so I think the water that I put in is getting in there. So I'm gonna spoon some of the liquid out and then give it another taste. So I just brought a little jar here. I'm just going to take some of that liquid out. The big jar is not as tangy as I thought it would. I mean, compared to the small jar, it's definitely more gingery. Okay. Let's see if I could kind of, wow, so when I push down, yeah, there's still a lot of liquid. I'm just going to kind of mix it up a bit. So I just left it. I did not open it for 5 weeks straight. I let it sit. You don't want to open it, so you don't let any oxygen in. Okay, here's another leaf. That one's a bit better. Yeah. So I just had to mix it a bit. There is that tang. Oh my God. Really, really good. Let's see if I can hold it up. Now you're not going to get that dry kimchi, right? That's a different kind where there's no water in it, obviously. This is a water kimchi. But you can see how much the cabbage broke down there. The pepper. It's not spicy at all, but you get that pepper flavor. Really, really good. So now that this is done, you always want to minimally let it ferment for at least 5 weeks. And then after that, you can put it in these mason jars, any jars that you've collected over time. So I'm going to be putting it in here, and I'm going to need to buy some more at the store. But this is how you would just do it. So I'm just going to fill this one up. Look at that. Do you see that right there? Oh yeah. So pretty. Pack it in there. So you want to make sure anytime you're jarring it up, you want to submerge the veggies in its brine. And as long as you keep it submerged, it's going to last for many, many months. And whenever you're currently eating, you can always keep that jar out of the fridge. But cool, dark place, if you have a cellar or a basement, you could put it in there. I'm going to be putting it in my fridge. But look at how pretty the kimchi turned out. So I'm just going to push this down a little bit more so it's all submerged. And then I'm gonna just seal it up. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed my how to ferment water, how to make water kimchi using fermentation jars, part 1 and part 2, and give it a try. It's super fun experimenting, trying different kinds of vegetables and seeing how it turns out, making plenty to share with your loved ones, friends, and family. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notified when I release new videos. Happy fermentation!